really like that this book starts with her deciding to fight a god. I mean, it starts with her deciding to sacrifice herself to a god, but then when it actually starts, it starts with her deciding to fight a god. Hi. I just finished recording a video where I went through all the 15 books that I've read this year, but this is going to be a shorter video, so this is probably going to come out first. So, last night I finished reading and tabbing and annotating this book. It's called The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie Oh, and I loved it. Can you tell? Can you tell that I enjoyed this book? Can you tell that I had my fun? Can you? Can you? I don't know. I'm really exhausted. And actually, instead of looking at the camera, I'm looking at my reflection in the mirror. So, there's that. I look cute though. So. Anyway, I am here to talk about The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie Oh. This is, I believe it's inspired by Korean mythology. And this book is... First off, I'm happy that I got like an actual original book this time, because the last time I ordered a book off of Amazon, it was This Is How You Lose the Time War, and I'm fairly certain that that's a pirated book, but I picked it up too long after ordering it, so it was too late for me to do anything about it. Anyway, yeah, an actual original book. This is... So basically every year this one village, they sacrifice a girl, a young maiden. They throw her overboard into the sea as the sea god's bride, which is just fancy talk for saying they sacrifice this girl every year. And in return, their sea god is supposed to, keep them safe from storms and such, keep them safe and content and happy and protect them. But there's also this thing that the storms are wilder and more frequent and stuff's just not going that great. So people believe that there's this curse, that the sea god has been cursed and his true bride will save him, something like that. And this one fateful night, they are going to sacrifice this one chick, but she is the protagonist's older brother's girlfriend. And so the older brother, June, he doesn't want to let her go. So he's on that boat and he's going to try to stop them or stop her from being sacrificed. And his sister finds out, and so she follows him. She like swims out into the open ocean until her brother spots her and pulls her onto the boat. And once there, she... Instead of letting his brother's girlfriend be sacrificed, she jumps and she decides that she is gonna be the sea god's bride this year, just to protect them, right? Selflessly. So she jumps and she finds that she is not drowned and died, but in fact she is underwater. She wakes up in this misty area shrouded in mist where she can't really see anything, and she's got this red string of fate from like stretching out of her hand, and she follows it, and she assumes that it's gonna lead to the sea god, and it does. And yeah, so she decides that she's going to be his bride and she's going to lift the curse and she's going to save everyone. And then all of this ensues. So I was tracking a bunch of stuff that you can maybe see, maybe not see. And one of the things that I was tracking in this book was everyone keeps saying... We just did this in the other video, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. 1, 2, 3, say it with me. This book has Studio Ghibli vibes. And to be more precise, everyone says it's 1, 2, 3, Spirited Away vibes. So I was tracking those Ghibli / Spirited Away vibes, and you can call them Studio Ghibli vibes, or you can just be more articulate and say that the descriptions in this book are amazing and incredibly evocative, and the way that she writes, it's like you're seeing it happen right in front of you, which is amazing. It's wonderful to read such evocative imagery. Yeah, so I was tracking that, and I could maybe read a little bit of when she like first wakes up and she finds herself there at a bridge shrouded in smoke and mist. So yeah, that scene certainly reminds you of Spirited Away. Um, where is it? All around me, the world is still and silent. I slide my bare feet against the smooth wooden slats of the floor. I reach out a hand and my fingers brush against something solid, a railing. I must be on a bridge. The path slopes at a shallow decline, giving way to cobblestone streets. Here, the air is thicker, warmer, filled with an aroma of mouth-watering scents. Out of the fog looms a line of carts. The closest is stacked high with dumplings in bamboo steamers. Another cart holds salted fish, strung up by their tails. A third is spread with sweets, candied chestnuts and flat cakes of sugar and cinnamon. Every cart is abandoned, no peddlers in sight. And so on and so forth. I mean, the descriptions just go on and on. But this, like the abandoned food, the mist, being on a bridge, that does remind you of Spirited Away. So that's right. Yeah. And it's not like it's just there at the beginning. It does go on in the book. I realized if I tried to track every single description in the book, I would be highlighting the entire book, and I was doing enough of that already, so I didn't. But I still tabbed quite a few of these areas. Then I was also just generally following Meena, who is our protagonist, and I really like that this book starts with her deciding to fight a god. I mean, it starts with her deciding to sacrifice herself to a god, but then when it actually starts, it starts with her deciding to fight a god. And she's ambitious. I love that for her. But she's also not wrong. So I really like that theme throughout this entire book about how gods are supposed to protect humans and how humans feel angry towards their gods, and that's very valid. And sometimes gods need a little help from their little sea brides. Um, so uh, there's also this thing that Meena's grandmother tells her, and it says, "The sea god isn't angry, Meena. He's lost. He's waiting in his palace far beyond this world for someone brave enough to find him." So I was tabbing that, and then you can't exactly tell that this and this are two different. I mean, maybe you can tell a little bit from here, but in the tabs it got kind of lost. But I was also tabbing the love interest, not because I had a vested interest in him, just because the way that there's this one guy who's just described from head to toe, who's described in terms of how far away he's standing. He's described in terms of how he makes a blush. And you just know it's the love interest. And yeah, I was stabbing those things as well. Because initially, the guy who was the love interest was someone I was not expecting to be the love interest. Is that a spoiler? I don't know. But yeah, so I started tabbing that as well, just to see if I was being fooled, and I won't tell you if I was or wasn't. But, and well, that's a good thing that you can't actually differentiate between the colors, I guess. And then the blue things are, I was tabbing something related to the sea god, but it changed midway through, so the blue tabs are now a very generic something else, and the green tabs are my favorite because they're tabbing the friends that Meena makes along the way. She has some very chatty friends, and she has some very loyal friends, and I also wrote down my little theories in this book. Just give me a sec. Where's that? And sometimes my frustration. Ooh, I love this one. So I'm gonna read out the quote first, and then I'm gonna read out the annotation that I did for it. It says, "You're right," I say. The boy's eyes flit back, narrowing as I speak. "I am like the other brides. I know what it is to love someone you would do anything to protect. Who are you to say what my fate is? If I am to fail or if I am to succeed? My fate is not yours to decide. My fate belongs to me. And the annotation, the little scribble right here, it says, finally, a protagonist who is like other girls. And then like a tiny little heart. I forgot that I was using a pen and paper and I could just draw a heart. So instead I did the little less than sign and the 3 for some reason. Anyway, so it was such a refreshing change of pace to finally have a protagonist who says that yes, I am like other girls. And it's not just once, okay? This is a repeating theme throughout this book. I love her. And then over here I've got like theories. There was a new theory some time ago, and this one says new theory. And then yeah, what in the Thanos and Gamora is this? Make of that annotation what you will. I really enjoyed this story. At one point also I've tabbed 2 people arguing and said enemies to lovers slow burn 100k question mark. I think you just have to read the book to figure out if that comes to pass or not. There's this little annotation that I made that I kind of don't want to show. Anyway, yeah, this is one of the love interest shit. That's what this says, love interest. Because she's like, Mina, he says, and my traitorous heart skips a beat. Why? You just met him. Why is your heart skipping a beat? Anyway, I'm not going to go into that because that is how you write a love interest. So I don't have any beef with it. It just is what it is. This book is gorgeous. In fact, if you go on Goodreads, if you look at the review that Chloe Gong has left, it's here also, a tale brimming with love, and that's what this is. That's it. That's the book. So yeah, this is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie Oh. Okay, I'm gonna see you later.